Released last September 30, 2014, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor was the biggest launch for a game based upon Tolkien's universe, and would go on and win the Game Award for Best Action or Adventure for 2014. After 6 years of its creation, how does this game fare? Is this game still worth playing in 2021? Hello guys! This is GENeUINE's review on Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Choppy story. In this game, you play as Talion, a ranger and responsible for guarding the Black Gate of Mordor. Set within the lore of The Lord of the Rings, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor takes place in the 60-year gap between the events of Tolkien's The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. When Sauron's orc forces attack the Black Gate, Talion, his wife Ioreth, and his son Dirael are captured and ritually sacrificed in an attempt to summon the wraith of an elf lord. This is where your story begins, and the game is quite straightforward about it. There are two main storylines in this game: the story of Talion's revenge and the uncovering of the wraith's identity. As you can already notice, the story is quite common in many video games. How the games presented the story lies the difference. In Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, there is no flow in its presentation, making it confusing. I would describe it as choppy. You have to arrange those chopped cutscenes in its proper order so that you can make sense out of it. Assassin's Creed Origin-like gameplay. If you have played Assassin's Creed Origins, you would notice the great similarity of both. There are parkour, there are assassinations, there are rescue missions, there are combat. Even though Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor was released earlier than Assassin's Creed Origins, which was released on October 27, 2017, the former is better than the latter in all categories: parkour, assassinations, rescue missions, and combat. The one thing that really stands out in this game is its sleek combat. Its flowing rhythmic combat is addicting. The animation is as flowing as a system. If I would score this game with just its combat, I would score it 10 out of 10. The combat is simply perfect. Nemesis System. Aside from its combat, the game is also known for its Nemesis System. The Nemesis System is a core feature of Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. The game can track any Uruk, deadlier than orcs, the general antagonist of the game, that the player comes into contact with. The game can track Uruks that perform notably within the game, like killing the player, surviving an encounter with the player, or letting the player run away from an encounter. These Uruks will get promoted until they become war chiefs. Defeating these Uruks weakens Sauron's army, making it easier to defeat Sauron's wounds. These Uruks will have a range of strength and weaknesses, making each encounter different from the other. Fighting these Uruks are better than fighting the bosses in the game. One cool thing about this Nemesis System, which happens later in the game, is when Talion gains the ability to brand Uruks, making Uruks follow his every command. These branded Uruks can trigger conflict within Sauron's forces, weakening it. My genuine verdict. The graphics of the game has aged. Comparing it to the crispness of new games, the graphics of the Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor is somewhat mudded. The story is, it is generic and common. The great downside of the storytelling in the game is the absence of flow. This flaw makes the story confusing and not understandable. Although its combat in Nemesis System still stand out to this day. The combat is addicting. It would make you want more, especially in the latter of the game. The Nemesis System is way better than the story of the game. The Nemesis System tells better the story of an Uruk on how he became a war chief. Weighing the game's pros and cons, I give this game a 7 out of 10, making this game not recommendable, generally speaking. However, if you simply like the action-packed adventure game, not minding the graphics and storytelling, I would recommend this game for you. Buying this game during Steam sales would cost you around $2 to $3. A great deal indeed for a good game. If this video is helpful, let me know by clicking a thumbs up or give a comment in the comment section below. If you want to support my channel, clicking the subscribe button is the best support that I can get. See you in the next video. Ciao!